Hi Virgo. So I thought I would try to do your reading really quick, see how much I could get done before somebody interrupts me. Alright Virgo, so this is your love reading for the last 2 weeks of November. And you could be single or coupled. This reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus individuals. Okay. Alright. Alright, so a while back, you guys had issues in your family. Some of you guys, your parents had a divorce. Some of you guys, you had a divorce. Some of you guys, your parents never got together. You had a split up mindset about your nurture and stuff like that. Okay? A lot of you guys, you might have split up a marriage. A lot of you guys, your relationship got split up. You guys were dealing with the divorce and separation because whoever this person was that you left, they were blocking you from having a new beginning in truth and trust and faith. So then in the recent past, you guys were dealing with emotional unhappiness, some sort of emotional dynamic. It was bringing you a great deal of unhappiness. This was a cycle of unhappiness, a situation or a group of individuals that it might have been supposed to end happy or whatever, but it didn't. It might have was supposed to be something that was sweet and like a dream come true for you, but it wasn't. A lot of you guys, somebody was blocking you from having this. Yep. Your plans didn't come to fruition. Okay? I know you're hearing a lot of blowing. It's both the radiator or the heater, sorry, and it's also my computer. My apologies. So you guys, you were dealing with somebody who they weren't planning for the future and they brought you a great deal of unhappiness. Somebody stole your blessings. Somebody split up your home. You know, somebody might have split you up from your blessings, your heirlooms and stuff like that because they wanted to block you from having a new beginning. Okay? And then now somebody in the recent past, and possibly even right now, somebody's splitting you up from being happy by thwarting your plans, by not making good on plans and stuff like that. And they're doing this because they want you to surrender. They're also doing this because they're surrendering and so are you. Okay? And they're surrendering and you're surrendering to the fact that there's no love here. Some of you guys, you're dealing with somebody who you don't feel any love for them. Okay? Or this person feels no love for you. There's also a great deal of abuse and codependency and weakness. It's like somebody else, you know, they don't have the strength to deal with something, so then they expect you to be less of who you are, so that they could feel okay. Or you do this to them. And so somebody walking away from you, it's because you can't do that to people. If you walked away from them, it's because they can't do that to you. Okay? So right now, coming into the second week of November, I was right here. Alright, so right now, you guys are getting a victory. Alright? And what you guys are getting is that you're getting a victory around coming away from certain folks. That they don't want to stop being in a certain habit of doing things, but they want to keep on sucking you into bullshit. So the victory that you're getting is that you're dealing with somebody who they don't really care about how you feel. All right. So you're dealing with somebody who, you know, you're dealing with somebody who they're emotionally inept. You're also going to be walking away from somebody who this person is emotionally manipulative. Okay? And you guys are going to take action to confront your verbal abandonment wounds, confront the lies that you tell yourself and stuff like that. And the victory that you're going to get is that you guys are having emotional protection. Okay. And this is emotional protection from somebody who is a narcissist, somebody who doesn't look inside of the world for themselves, right? This is somebody who they try to take you out of introspection. Okay. This is somebody who you don't go to them and visit their stuff. They come into your life and try to tell you what to do. You're going to get a victory. And what the victory is that this person who does this to you, they're dealing with a water sign woman who wants nothing to do with him. They're dealing with a bipolar water sign woman, or a water sign woman who is, she's bipolar with him. She just steps into her power for herself. And there's also something that's getting ready to happen to somebody. Somebody who likes to play a lot of games with you, there's something that's getting ready to happen to them. And then they're going to realize why they need to focus on themselves and why they probably won't regain full mobility back in your shoulder. That's probably the reason why. So, you guys, from the 16th to the 30th of November 2021, you guys are going to be feeling very optimistic about love. Okay? You're also going to get some great communication from somebody. And the communication that you're going to get from somebody, it's around a wish that you want. It's around good things. You're going to hear some sweet stuff about someone. This person's also going to be telling you something that they really want to do. And this is something that's very exciting. It's bringing about a new beginning and passion, but it's a new beginning that's like, this is an ending to the way that things have been before. Okay? So before this person has told you this, life was totally different. And now that this person has told you this, life is going to also continue to be totally different. Okay? So you're getting this new beginning because you guys are trusted in the earth. A lot of you guys are very grounded. Whoever this person is here that likes to disturb people, they're not grounded. Okay? And so they have a lot of experiences that happen in their life so that they can realize that they're not grounded. Okay? So you guys are also going to be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn man. And this person here, this is somebody who you can trust. Okay? This is also somebody who they feel the same exact way that you feel about things. They feel the same exact way. And they feel like this person is paranoid. They also feel they feel paranoid. Like this person, whatever it is that you're paranoid about, is whatever this person is also paranoid about. Okay? So whatever it is that you're paranoid about when it comes to whatever it is that this person's going to be sharing with you, because it feels like there's something going on in your life or some sort of new beginning in your life that somebody around you, if whatever it is that you're feeling in yourself, like when somebody starts stuff with you, whatever you feel inside of yourself, if they haven't had an experience yet that makes them feel the same exact way, they're going to. So that's why a lot of times when you're having issues with people, and it's too many fights and stuff, that's why a lot of times like car accidents will happen, a lot of destitution will take place. And sorry for the disruption, you guys. So a lot of destitution will take place in that person's life because they need to realize that the only person that's really paranoid is them, and that you don't have a right to show up in someone's life and make them paranoid when they're minding their business and staying in their house and stuff. Just because you're insecure financially doesn't mean that other people are. So that's the type of person that he's going to have a seizure on a train, and he's also going to lose function of his shoulder, and that's going to be his life story. But your life story is not going to be the same, and that's why that's happening to that sort of person. It's because they're a trash human being. A lot of you guys, there's also, if you don't know this earth sign man just yet, you're going to get to know an earth sign man who they see things the same exact way. And this person, they also are not here to gaslight you. They're not here to split you up. They see your worth. They are very grounded and very sweet. They're very kind. They have a close connection to nature. They have a close connection to nature, and they're very mature. All right, so even though you're dealing with somebody who they're trying to split you up from being happy, they're weak. This is somebody who, okay, so they don't have enough money to fix up their house, right? They don't have enough money to take care of like their boiler situation. So it's November. and they don't want to turn on the heat and stuff, right? Because they don't have, they're poor or they're cheap, right? And they don't want to spend the money to fix their boiler, but then they want everybody to live in a cold ass house. So whenever you turn up the boiler, they don't want you to sit there and be comfortable. They want you to be uncomfortable to make them happy. And then if you make strides to move away from this type of person, they'll try to destroy everything you do. And then they'll want you to hang on to them. This is the type of person that they're a narcissist. So something devastating is getting ready to happen to a narcissist. If it hasn't happened to them just yet, it's getting this person that's been causing you guys to not be happy in your home. This, it feels like it's somebody who lives in your house. This person here, they have always been causing you to not have what you want in the long term. And then in the recent past, they're causing you unhappiness because this person, they block plans. They warp the energy. They, you send out ships with this person and then you don't get it back, or they block you from sending out ships for yourself. This is a narcissist. So by the time the 16th of November starts up, you're going to see victory. Okay? You're going to see like that you're going to get the validation you deserve, in the sense that somebody who has a bad habit of being a narcissist, a covert narcissist, somebody who has a bad habit, even of, somebody here who, the victory that you're getting, somebody here, they're getting left. Oh God. Somebody here, they're getting left by a woman. There's a woman around this person that is tired of this person's antics. Okay? And there's a woman here that is just done with dealing with people who, you know, are trying to. This is somebody who, she might be emotionally, like the way she feels her feelings, she might not feel it fully, but she definitely takes action from her heart. And when she takes the action that she's taking from her heart is to sever ties from this type of person, and you're going to experience a great deal of happiness, because this person that was causing unhappiness in your home, they were causing this person to be very unhappy as well. But this person, they were connected to whoever this water sign, this Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio woman is. They were connected to him or her. So now that something is getting ready to happen to this person, like this water sign person is getting ready to cut this other person out of their life, you're going to have a lot more of a victory. You're going to feel like you're going to have a lot more victory in your life. Okay. You're going to feel like vindicated, validated by your person, because there's a narcissist. And this narcissist, this is somebody who, they make it so hard for this person to protect their emotions and to keep their love for you. Because some of you guys are with somebody and this person, they really love you, but it's kind of hard for this person to maintain their feelings and their emotions for you. It's kind of hard for them to do this because they deal with somebody who, whenever this person comes in, like when they're spending time like in meditation or they're praying and stuff, that's when this person shows up with his or her drama. When this person is spending time with God, spending time with their ancestors, that's when this person shows up with their stupid drama. And it's like, enough is enough. This person, there's a man around you getting ready to get left. There's a man around you who's getting ready to get a divorce. And it's because this person, they try to tell everybody else how to think. And in the end, this is the only man that ends up, his dad dies when he's 10, right? And then he has no family. Nobody cares about him. His mom steps on him and stuff. My mother never stepped on me. But that's the experience that this type of man goes through. And he thinks that he's still a victim. But this is the type of person that he needs to understand that the reason why that happens to him is because when people are alone with God, he tries to tell them how to pray. But this is a man who doesn't even go to church. This is a man that never had a close connection with God in his life. And he's just jealous because a lot of the women that he meets, they eventually meet God. After they're done dealing with him, they go to God, because this is the type of person, when you deal with them, you start to pray more, you start to go to church, you start to let God more into your life when you deal with this type of person, because they're so godless. They're so narcissistic and psychotic. And a lot of you guys, you might have been projecting these qualities. Now, here's what I think. This is someone who you were not projecting any bad qualities onto this person. So I'm not even sure why this card even comes up for you guys. Okay. Perhaps, there's somebody else around you. Perhaps it's this other person who is much more grounded, that's around you, that's around the same age as this man that can't act his age, who has more to offer than this other man who can't act his age, who likes to split up his own home. He has his own family, and all he does is bring destruction and decimation and disappointment to his family. And then he wants to be mad when some other man shows up and he's doing a better job than he's doing, right? And he wants to come in and split it up and cause delays and then try to be like, oh, yeah, that's why. It's because he didn't care about you. No, it's because, he has stuff that he doesn't want to lose, but he has no intentions of losing you either. And he's just waiting for this type of man to drop dead, because that's the type of man that dies in his 50s and 60s. The kind of guy that he needs to turn around, and the kind of person that does this to anybody, right? It's supposed to be like this. The kind of person that does this to a Virgo is the type of person that could die. It's like it's like taking justice, right? Listen, I got the strength card, right? It's like taking a Leo, right? And doing this to a Leo. Death. Taking a Scorpio and doing this to a Scorpio. Automatic death. I mean, this card is death. Death. So this is the kind of person that they die very young because they don't like when people introspect. Introspection is what keeps your life long. People who live long lives are hermits. People who die at 25 in a random car crash, they never introspected a day in their life. They never did. And you know what they really did? They went around to people who were introspecting. They went around to them and disturbed them. When people were minding their business, getting up at like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning and taking a shower because they slept super early and they spend a lot of time in their room, so they want to spend time downstairs for a little bit, but they like to bring their favorite thing with them. So they like to go to that type of person that is so peaceful. Like literally, this is the type of person that they don't start nothing with nobody. They don't even hardly like to even say good morning, because that starts a conversation with folks that they don't want to talk to. This type of person that shows up in this broad's life, but that's why when you were born, is what I'm hearing, that's why he started dying. That's why he got a brain tumor when you were 6. That's why that happened to him, because that's what happens. You can't take people that mind their business and are creative and try to split them up and give them your uncreative ideas. You're going to be the one with the tumor in your brain. You're going to be the one that has only one arm, okay? You can't split people up from themselves and have everything and have every part of your body functioning. But that's why he watches certain people. He watched an air sign that he didn't even take the physical therapy that he was supposed to. He watched an air sign recover in flying colors, right? And she had a way more invasive surgery than him. And she's way more physically fit than this man. But he had a little procedure, a tiny little on his tiny little shoulder. And he's picking a fight with somebody who, the last time he picked a fight with her, what happened to his vehicle and what happened to his arm and his brain? What's going on with him right now that he likes to be in her way? So this is the type of person, you're dealing with somebody, they never learn, okay? This is somebody, they don't think enough for themselves to learn. They just start fights with little girls. They pick fights with little girls and try to make them startled. But then they don't realize that, but that's why you only have one arm. Because when you try to use your aggression and your force on a little girl, a little woman, a small woman, right? I'm not a larger woman. I'm not the size of even your sister, people in your family. I'm not that size, okay? I don't carry that many burdens that other people put on me. So if you're gonna pull up on me and try to pick a fight, you're gonna only have one arm. And if you wanna sit there and try to cage the witch, you're gonna wake up with no vehicle again. And except this time when your car crashes, you're not gonna be conscious. You're gonna wake up in the hospital and you might lose a limb. So it's like that's the type of person, the kind of person that you see them and they're walking around, you feel so bad. That's a thwarter, honey. That's how much they're thwarting somebody around them so much that they don't even deserve to be able to walk around on both legs and to use both arms the way you're supposed to. That's a thwarter. But you're supposed to recover. If they slice my spine open and I'm fine, you could recover from a shoulder thing. You're just not recovering because you pick fights with people that are literally in peace and terrify them. And you think that you're just making that little person scared and you're going to scare them into submission. But in reality, you're splitting up your home. You're asking your wife to ask you for a divorce. And you're also asking your body to betray you. You're asking your car to crash. You're asking for a lot of different things that you don't know you're asking for. So, this is the kind of person that you were dealing with that was making you scared of your future. This was the kind of person that you were dealing with that was causing unhappiness in your home because you were believing them. And it was causing you to not see that you have happiness in your home and that you have happiness in your life. You have physical things around you that you could be happy about. This type of person is going out of your life. Okay? This is the type of person they this type of person, if you're emotional, you got water in your chart, the part of you that's very emotional and intuitive and that feels feelings, you, if you're an anxious person, that's why this person has seizures, because they wanted to give you anxiety, so God gave them seizures. But that's how it goes. Okay, that's how life works. If you're going to be a trash human being, you're not going to have all your senses. It works that way for everybody. It doesn't matter who they are. Okay, so just be a better person. Only bad people get bad things. Okay? So a lot of you guys, you might have water in your chart, right? Or you might have an emotional person in your life that's a Queen of Cups. You've had rifts with this person. You cannot connect to your emotions because of how much you dealt with somebody who pulls you out of being who you are. This is the type of person that's crying about his life expectancy and is scared every day that he's not going to make it back home because God is planning on killing him every 5 minutes because every idea in his head is calling upon death because it's an idea to do something that has died. It's an idea to do something that will lead to death, or it's something that it's out of style. So if you're trying to bring something back from being out of style and you're not Donna Karan or something like that, you're gonna go through decimation, right? This is the type of person they don't know their intentions. Okay. Now I feel like, you know, you guys have qualities that you admire, and you also have qualities that you don't like about yourself, right? Be careful about projecting them onto others, okay? And I feel like you guys, this is not something that you project onto others. This is a very personal battle that a lot of you, I'm hearing Scorpios, but it's a lot of you Virgos, you have really been on this battle for this journey a long time, and it's not your battle, it's somebody else around you who you guys might really care about this person and you might not want them to die, and that's why God keeps on giving them life and stuff like that. But this is somebody who they're stealing your life. Okay, so if they turn up dead, it's not a problem. That's why I love death, because when people turn up dead, it's a good thing. Okay, if you want to start fights with people who are not fighting with you, you might could enter your car and not come home. And that's how it might could go for you. Okay? That's why that happens. That's why sometimes kids, they go out to school and they're frolicking around the wheat road. That's the road that leads them to the schoolhouse, And then they're getting back home, and then they heard that their dad had gotten into a car and he died. Wow, I can't believe that happened. But that's why that happens to certain folks. It's because her father, he might have been thinking about being abusive to her, even though he was already abusing her mom. And she's supposed to be a famous supermodel, and she's not here for that bullshit. So God just went ahead and clicked up her dad really quick, and then she could grieve and get over him and live her life. All right, you guys. So, the overall energy for these next 2 weeks in your love life is you're dealing with two-faced connections. You're dealing with folks who Travis Scott. You're dealing with a certain person. You're dealing with somebody who this person, they're two-faced, but they also work against folks. Like, you're just minding your business. You know what I mean? Like, when you're just minding your business, which most of us do, right? And then here comes this person. And that's most times for most people, that's why people get so upset, because a lot of times you're just out here, right? And then here comes this narcissist that doesn't realize that God is watching, right? He doesn't believe it. He goes to church, he doesn't believe it. So he tries to stop you and thwart you, but he doesn't listen to God's whispers. He doesn't even listen to God. When he gets a promotion, he gets that raise he was always deserving and wanting, right? And he finally gets it. He doesn't listen, he doesn't realize that that's God blessing him, right? So then he turns to God in his house and disrespects God in his house. So then his car crashed, right? And then he was walking to work for about 6 weeks. And then he thought he was going to report your YouTube channel and work with folks who reported your YouTube channel. And then now he doesn't have that arm to report your YouTube channel anymore. So, and then you were also dealing with certain folks who, they cared more about their sneakers than they cared about your life and stuff. Like, you're dealing with folks who they would sit there and they would stop a concert because somebody almost took their shoe that they have in their hand, right? But somebody almost took it, and so they want everybody to fight this person. In their words, they said "F him up," right? That was his words. And a lot of you guys, you was giving this person money rather than donating to the spiritual Barbie tarot and stuff like that, because it's cooler to hang out with Travis Scott than hang out with the psychic. But when he locks the doors and keeps on levitating over a balance beam like he's a gymnast, and that experience, it's not funny. I would have never wanted to be in that situation. I would have never. I don't know how to wish that on somebody. That's so creative. I never thought of that. I promise you, I never thought of that. Nobody pissed me off in that way. But when he locks the stadiums and it's 50,000 people inside, and he doesn't say, he says you can't go, essentially, and everybody's climbing to the stage, asking them to shut down the concert, and he doesn't listen. But that's who you would rather give your money away to, right? You would rather spend $200 at a Travis Scott concert and $85 with him than spend $200 at Spiritual Barbie to know what's coming in your love life, and spend a couple $100 on spell workings to fuck up your enemies and stuff. You'd rather do that. You'd rather spend the money and give the money to Travis Scott, who doesn't care about you. He's going to use that money to pay his legal fees. He's going to use that money to pay the lawyers that you're also paying to decimate him. He's going to use that money to pay his lawyers, okay? And so you guys are just realizing how two-faced certain people are, and that, if people put out a funny vibe, believe it. If you feel a funny vibe, if you don't want to be around certain folks, if when certain people wake up in the morning and, they come out their room and you run into your room and lock the door, that's not that's something that happens because that's your body protecting you from a psychopath. That's your body protecting you from somebody who thinks that they're going to be a narcissist. This is somebody who thinks that they're going to rush you, right? But he's going to go out the house today and something terrible is going to happen to him today. And he's going to realize he's going to deal with the Hierophant today, and he's going to deal with justice. And then he's going to deal with it in such a queen-like way. He's going to know who it came from. So he's going to go through destitution today. And then that'll probably ground him down. Because, that's the kind of guy that he gets AIDS, right? That's the kind of guy who gets herpes and syphilis and it's untreatable, right? That's the kind of person that ended up in the Tuskegee experiment. He's a black man crying about how he's black. Oh no, so sad, right? He's the reason why it's sad to be black, right? He's the reason why being black is a sad thing, right? So he's crying about being black, but he got syphilis. He didn't get it from his wife, right? He got it from somebody else. So then they called him for an experiment, but they were just testing on him, like how he was testing on the woman he was with, how he was testing her strength, and how he was testing her will. He got tested on too. What's the problem? But he was testing the woman in his life. He was testing the woman in his life. He was testing her will. I remember the last time that this same character disturbed me and while I was doing a reading. 2 minutes later, a car blew up a few houses down, and it blew up on the guy who was supposed to fix this boiler. It blew up in his house, right? So I could do a lot of things in about 5 minutes. And if you want to interrupt me when I'm doing spell workings, feel free. But you're just gonna go to work, you're gonna drive your car, and it's going to crash. And that's it. Or even if you're trying your best to be safe, right? Like how everybody else tries their best to be safe when they're going around the house that they also live in, that they can't leave. They try to leave all the time, but you drain their accounts. You drain their energy, their life for it. You pick fights with them. They don't have the energy to work on what they're working on because you pick the fight with them. And they have to sit there and recalibrate themselves from picking a fight. So you're the reason why they don't have their own house, right? It's your fault because some people make enough money to have their own place, but because they're paying all your bills, they can't afford it, right? So you're going to be driving your car, minding your business the way everybody else does. And somebody's going to T-bone you, right? Right there, right in the kisser. So you can realize that you can't pick fights with folks and not get decimation. And that's something that's an ongoing thing. If this person's about 60 something years old, this is something that's ongoing. This is something that he's been doing since the day his dad died. That's why his father died. You know, if he didn't die because of him, because if your father's a terrible person and he's still alive, then it's because of you. It's because you want him to still be alive. So clearly, he's a terrible human being. That's why he lost his father so young. So, because a lot of people, their fathers, it's men who they rape their daughters and stuff, right? And their fathers lived for a long time, you know? Their fathers might even still be alive. But how come, and they might be dead now. But their fathers are still alive because your father is a gift. So if you're gonna be an asshole, you're not gonna have your dad. If you're gonna make your kids wish that you didn't exist, then you shouldn't have a father. Why should they not have a father? You should be the one who doesn't have a father. So that's why that type of person, he doesn't overcome anything. That's why when he gets sick, he doesn't overcome it because he's sick for his punishment. Some people are born with spina bifida and stuff like that, and then they end up. Some people are born and they need a heart transplant, and they're fine, and then they're amazing dancers. They do stuff with that heart that makes you so glad that they got a new heart. But then you got this nigga right now. He got his new brain, you know. He got his new shoulder. He got a brand new shoulder just now, right? He's picking a fight with a bitch that could put her hands behind her back and stretch it across to the other side of her body and touch her thigh and touch her inner thigh. That's who he's fucking with. When he doesn't have two arms, he's fucking with the kind of girl that could stay in a plank for about 15 minutes. I could plank for 15 minutes if I wanted to. That's the kind of broad that he's picking a fight with. So, and he's trying to grab her up. He's trying to grab up a stripper who, when she gets on that pole, everybody's eyes glisten. Okay, and she can hold up herself on that pole all 3 songs. She's on the pole. She doesn't get down off the pole. She's just holding herself up. That type of brocky ass bitch. But she just doesn't like fighting niggas and dudes because she's a female and she knows that. And she likes being a female. So when his car crashes, his shoulder is never going to recover. When he seizes, his shoulder is never going to recover. And it's because he's a trash human being. and he needs to do better. Okay. And so you don't need to worry about that type of character in your life because he can't affect you. A lot of you guys, this type of person in your life, he had prostate cancer. He got prostate cancer. Was this the same guy that he wanted to tell you how to be with your vagina? Isn't this the same guy that molested you though? So when he got prostate cancer, what's the problem? Didn't he also have shoulder surgery? So it's like a lot of you guys, you might feel down and sad because bad things happen to niggas in your house and stuff, but bad things happen to them because they're bad people and because they pick fights. It's like when you're just minding your business and being a Virgo and you're just living your life, it's very irritating. And I get that energy of you guys just minding your business and living your life and making plans for your future. And here comes this person that they think that they're going to bring that same old drama, right? They think that you don't got a man somewhere down south who cannot wait to pull up with a ratchet, and he just wants you to say the word, and that he's gonna pull up and press him down and press charges and pull up with all his guns, come through with his horses, with the bodies hanging in the streets to a door and stuff like that. That's the type of dudes that you run with and stuff. And you didn't even know you was running with that type of character. He just found you and just got obsessed with you and stuff. And you got obsessed back. But that's besides the point. And that's the type of person that's gonna pull up and decimate him, you know? But he minds his business in his different state, right? But that's the kind of guy that he had issues go on in his neck, right? He taught karate till he turned 65. He still teaches karate. You know what I mean? But then you got this other man that's way younger than this other man, right? And he doesn't have a brain. He doesn't have testosterone running through his body. He's got all these issues, but then he wants to pick a fight with you and stuff, right? But that's why he doesn't have testosterone. He almost lost his pituitary gland, right? He's his shoulder, right? He seizes every 5 minutes. Who knows what else is wrong with him? It's like, but that's why you got so many brain and bone issues. It's because you can't mind your business and let niggas think for themselves. And you want to keep on fucking around with the Queen of Swords. But why do you think he gets so many bone and brain things? Because he's fucking with the Queen of Swords. Bones in the brain is swords, honey. If you're fucking with the Queen of Swords, you're gonna have some bone shit going on in your body. Okay? You're gonna have some brain shit too. If you want to tell the Queen of Swords how to think, then recover from having a brain tumor. If you can recover fully without seizing from having a brain tumor, fine, right? I could tell the Queen of Wands what to do because I recovered from having surgery without physical therapy. And I could kick the Queen of Wands in her ass playing any sport. Please. But here's the thing. It's because I don't take those. You know the reason why that happened? That's why I was born with it, because the nigga who he gave his sperm and stuff, in his sperm, it's inside of me to thwart people. So I had to go through decimation so I don't thwart niggas, so I could have a long life and stuff like that. So that was a blessing. Anyways, you guys. All right. So what are these two-faced folks doing over these next 2 weeks? These two-faced folks, they're going to be staying out of your business. They're going to be minding their business and realizing that you do everything. And that the reason why he has a bathroom that he's about to shower in is because you cleaned it and you bought the cleaning supplies and you get on your hands and knees and clean that fucking bathroom every day, right? And you vacuum his stairs and mop his damn floors so you can put some respect on your name. And that's why he wasn't getting that before. So they're going to stay in their lane and realize that anything that they get today is from me, and realize that if you're going to start a problem with me in the morning, you're going to end off your day devastated, because that's how it's going to go. Okay? So a lot of you guys, this type of person, he's going to stay away from you. He's going to respect your space. Okay? And let's see why this is, because you guys have the victory, because you're right. I don't have my bell right now, you guys, because a lot of things would be ringing. But I'm about to go back upstairs like he asked me to do. So I can ring my bell. Okay? I also feel like you guys are getting a victory. That's the reason why these two-faced folks, they're going to be staying in their lane. It's because you're getting a victory in the form of your healing. You got your confidence back. And also, like, these people are going to get some destruction in their life today. Okay? Anytime that they mess with you, they get decimation. So they stop messing with you. That's what happens. If you can't listen to somebody when they're asking you politely to stop messing with them, then you're going to go through something devastating so you can realize stop messing with people. If somebody turned on the heat, it was cold. So then understand that, this person is sorry and they probably won't do that again. You know what I'm saying? But they also, what's wrong with turning on the heat? That's kind of something that you're failing at right now, because if I had the money, I would find somebody to pay for it. So, and this is also your home and that you kicked me out of last year in February. So that's when I left you all the bills and stuff, and I stopped paying your bills because you're not going to ask me to pay bills and kick me out the house. So I did, but I stopped, and so that's why you're in this situation right now. And maybe if you didn't tell me how to do my spell work and stuff in the middle of me doing spell work, you didn't interrupt me to tell me to stop doing spell work. Maybe the guy who's supposed to fix your boiler, his house wouldn't have blown up, and he wouldn't have been able to fix your boiler, right? That's your problem. I'm also living in this home. So if it blows up, I kind of blow up inside of it. So I lose too. So you don't have to be so upset. I lose too. So you just have to tell me once. But if this type of person wants to act like they're not mad about their life and that they want to take out their anger on you, they're going to go through decimation so they can understand what they're really mad about. Once again, this is the type of person that doesn't introspect. So they don't even know what's really bothering them. They just get mad and then they act like a 5-year-old and then they go through decimation. This person who messes with, listen, anybody who likes to mess around with you and fuck with your feelings and make you feel like separated or make you sad that they're dying or something. Some of you guys, somebody around you is dying and then they're trying to make you feel sad about it. But it's like you're just separating from them because this person is dying. They're exhausting, bro. Maybe in spiritual form, they'll be better. Oftentimes when people pass on, they're just better in spiritual form. Okay? They're just better in spiritual form. So, you're realizing that people who mess around with you for no reason, like, listen, if you cause somebody destitution in their life, and you also opened up a door where this person has to deal with the same man, it's because they dumped. But that's why you got AIDS for that one Cancer, Virgo, and Gemini mix, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's like if you're gonna open up the door that this person they have to continue to deal with this man that they didn't want to deal with, then you're gonna get a virus that's gonna kill you. Okay, and you're also gonna lose that very same man in your life that this person was trying to avoid. But that's why you lost your father for that particular person. It's because when you did that to her, you made her have to go back and deal with this man that she didn't want to deal with anymore. Okay? So that's why. Okay? Because when your dad was dying, she was wishing her dad was dying. Okay? When your dad was dying, she was wishing that this nigga died. Okay? Because he kept on harassing her. Okay? Because he kept on bothering her. Because that's why she went to school and she was studying so hard. Because she wanted to get away from him. Okay? And then you thwarted her because your friends called the police because you made bad choices. So you're the only one that got AIDS. But a lot of you guys, that's not your story. That's for a particular Virgo. Anyways, you're dealing with somebody who they're kind of two-faced, but you're not gonna be dealing with. I'm gonna look into the near future to see what happens. Okay, so you can follow me in the link is down below to the Vimeo channel. I'm gonna look into what's coming about in the situation, how the situation is gonna turn out as well. Follow me. I'll see you guys over on the Vimeo.